Мы продолжаем проходить игру «Внешние миры». Сегодня нас ждет поручение «Могильное дельце». Я прохождение данной игры планирую следующим образом. То есть все сайт-квесты, которые мы встречаем, мы будем проходить. Или, по крайней мере, стараться проходить. Вот, а уже потом будем двигаться по сюжету. Так, судя по всему, красным, да, это мы можем воровать. Какой удобный тут санузел. Но воровать мы здесь без особой надобности я не планирую. Хотя кражу и стелс я вроде бы прокачал. Так, у нас открылось еще одно быстрое перемещение. Вернее, не, ну да. То есть теперь мы можем двигаться намного быстрее. И карта внутренняя тоже есть. Получается, нам вот в ближайший дом. Так, мы как-то точку можем поставить? Наверное, нет. Барбершоп.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged.
Так, мы еще должны придумать, как эти товарищи будут платить, да? Что у нас в заданиях? Мгм. Так, ну этому не по карману, хорошо. Буфет.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Don't let the boss catch you saying that.
Так, это, по-моему, по основной миссии. Но пока не пойдем. Верстак. И за все это нам дает опыт. Надеюсь, этого никто не видел.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson was not.
Так. Это и вот сюда, да?
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Я думаю, это тоже нам платить не будет.
There a reason you're running around outfitted like one of those monsters? Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta pay him a burial tax. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching, and soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Gone.
У нас новое задание. Так, здесь у нас получается не только поручения, но и побочные задания есть. Чем они отличаются? Ну, наверное,
No
уровнем,
mistake working for Abernathy.
количеством дел, которые нужно будет. Так, барбершоп нам
Heard something outside the walls today.
ничего не хочет. Так, идем сюда.
Nothing for us outside.
Где у нас магазин-то? Это. Давайте зайдем. Попробуем что-нибудь продать, купить.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery. Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2. You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Music to my ears.
То есть самому развитому в общении. Так, что мы можем продать? Давайте продадим хлам. Эти пока оставим. Детали продавать не будем. Так, а что у тебя
Work your
еще
jaw,
можно
Ansons.
купить-то?
Music to my ears.
Где у нас денежка-то? А, вот 116 вижу. И нам говорят про наш наряд. Что с нашим нарядом не так? Давайте посмотрим. Это костюм шахтера. Ну, они говорят мародер. Мародер я. Ладно.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
I'm not holding out hope.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking.
Work fortifies the spirit.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
И больше в этой игре я вижу Fallout. Кроме того, я вижу здесь нотки
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us...
Очень странные законы в этом городе. Ну окей. Да, хотел, начал говорить про то, что мне напоминает эта игра, и отвлекся. Биошок. Есть что-то и оттуда, но в частности торговые автоматы, потому что в Fallout ничего подобного я не припомню. Так, а нам сюда надо?
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project. I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly, some Spacer's Chaw, a few bit cards. I'll reward you. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly. Go on. You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars. Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once...
Вероятно, нам дали еще одно задание. Да. Так, я предлагаю все-таки вот это вот поручение выполнить. Для этого нам нужно будет вернуться вот сюда, да. А мы, кстати, открыли быстрое перемещение еще одно. Бегать. Давайте здесь пробежимся. Новые объекты нам дают опыт.
Grave digging's a fine profession. You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners, skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room. That's the word, extortion. Been on the tip of my tongue all day.
Нам предлагают что-то нехорошее. Но мы не будем разбираться. Предлагают, значит, нужно. Если я все правильно понял, нам нужно попасть к нему в подсобку, найти какой-то компромат.
What can I do for you? Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer, brochures 1 through 5, courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development. Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours. Edgewater has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not... As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man.
Если мы захотим попасть в подсобку, на нас не обидится.
What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
О, вот это хорошо. Можем посмотреть историю.
More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I? Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life. We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Очень странный городок.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything.
Так. Мы завершили. Так. Нам нужно дать вот сюда, да? Так, а нас... Ладно, пойдем пешком. Хорошо они тут живут. Их вулкан. Так, мародеры. Так, и как мы сейчас? Последнее сохранение? Да, видимо, да. Мародеров совсем не жалко. Хотя, по-видимому, наш герой не особо будет отличаться от мародера. Так, я вижу там еще один. Так, понятно. Так, что-то у меня перестало получаться.
What's that noise? Easy.
Так, что нам добавилось? Навыки. Так, 9 очков, да? Хорошо, вложимся в легкое оружие. Пару очков в ближний бой. В общение. Ну, вот как-то так. Способности пока нет. Да? Кнопочки быстрого сохранения работают, это хорошо. Так, нам туда дальше. А здесь я вижу мародеров. Ты же не видишь, да, этого дядьку? Это убийства нет, почему-то странно.
Something there. Who goes? Hear that? You hiding?
Так. Хорошо. Так, а вот тут какие-то вот у нас модификации, да, пошли. Берем, потом будем разбираться. Так, а что, с тебя ничего нельзя взять? Нехорошо. А вот глушитель это хорошо. И броню какую-то мы нашли. Мы можем поспать. Это кофе. вечереет, да? Вероятно, да. Посмотрим, что мы нашли. Первое, мы можем поменять оружие. Так, гранатомет. Ну, наверное, вещь хорошая. Ручной пулемет. Тяжелое это оружие у нас. Револьвер. Урон выше, но количество патронов меньше, да, и он отталкивает. А наш пистолет делает кровотечение. Так, и вот штурмовая винтовка. Длинноствольная. Давайте возьмем ее в руки. Остальное, я думаю, что мы пока трогать не будем. Одежда. Ну, явно это вот лучше. Одежда. Сразу как-то солиднее, да, стали? Так, и стандартная пехотная. Так вот. Полицейский шлем. Броня. Броня на что влияет он? Так, это мы сразу к хламу переведем. Это тоже к хламу. Так, давайте изучим вот эти вот модификаторы, расходуемые предметы. Это у нас солительный раствор, но с ним все понятно. То есть восстанавливает 25%. Так, личностные показатели, ну это бухло. Ускоряет процесс восстановления, да, тоже ускорит. То есть это вот как бы вот еда, мы ее кушаем на 2 минуты, у нас повышается характеристика восстановлений. Так, и мы с вами нашли еще модификации. Прицел. Стоп, а я где-то находил уже... А вот это глушитель. Но вставить мы его можем только на соответствующем, как он там называется, кап модифицированный. Винтовка-то хорошая. Так, а еще мы можем... У нас останавливается, интересно, время.
Hear that?
Так, понятно, как ходить. Полутаем. А чё у них пусто-то все? Так, ну вот этот дробовик очень даже плохой. Так, здесь закрыто. Так, а у нас где-то есть Подсветка. Только важных методов, да? Так, мы себе сделали какую-то ключ-карту. Возможно, она нам поможет ходить. Так, что нам кодекс говорит? Это то, что мы смотрели, да, с вами. И все, да? Так, это вот как раз двуручное оружие. Ну, тоже нужно будет его попробовать. Что оно из себя представляет. Так, а где у нас показывается... А, вот. Действующие эффекты. Вот кушал я углеводы. Длительность 2 минуты. Восстанавливает нам здоровье. Собираем все, потому что я пока не знаю, что нам пригодится. А вот, кстати, удобно, да? То есть мы можем продавать. Так вот, если мы зажмем, продали весь хлам. О чем это говорит? О том, что мы можем сразу помещать те вещи, которые нам однозначно не нужны. Так, это мы открыли основную, да? Ну, вроде бы мы подобрали с вами все. Еще можно наверх бегать. Да, еще мы можем разбирать оружие. Об этом тоже не нужно забывать. Так. Возвращаемся. Сдаем квест.
Hey, I need to talk to you.
Somebody's been running around talking about the hope. Wonder if... Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting. Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got. You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
Так, ну мы с вами прошли, завершили долгое завтра, да? Сразу выберем следующее задание. Эй, робот, но проходить мы его будем уже в следующей серии. А на сегодня все.